Ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
You are inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I am your host, Robin Ayers, with you Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. on your drive home. Maybe you're already at home with your feet kicked up, chilling, listening to the show, or tapped into our YouTube. That's always a great thing. I want to shout out to the Raw Squad, who is always holding it down over here inside of our YouTube. It's building up a community over here, and I like that. I like that a lot. Happy birthday to WizKid. That song is fire. That song was, I don't even know what it did, but numbers-wise, but I know it was definitely charting.
Felt like it was Song of the Year last year.
Probably. Yeah, that song was great. WizKid, that's WizKid. And I'm not quite sure of any other songs. And it's unfortunate because when one song comes out and it sort of overtakes, other projects or other songs that they may have, but that's a good one.
Well, I don't know if we could bring this individual's name up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But WizKid is featured on the popular artist song called Come Closer. I don't know if you remember that song.
Come Closer.
I'm gonna play a little bit.
Popular art. Okay, play a little bit because who's... Oh, is this Drake?
Yeah, man, we can't mention him right now.
We can't. Who said that? Who said we can't mention Drake?
When's the last? Have you heard a Drake record on the radio lately?
I have not. Well, people, loyal people are still playing Drake on the radio. As a matter of fact, Drake is, what kind of a year is he having? His home in Toronto has been flooded, and I'm talking about big flooded, gushing river in his home.
Sounds like karma to me.
Andy, you're supposed to be a Libra. We are good-spirited people. We
what?
have hearts of gold.
You know what? I mean, I still got a special place for Drake. He's an October baby just like me.
Exactly.
He's a day after me. You feel me? So it's Libra/Scorpio gang.
Okay.
But at the same time, I am from Los Angeles, California.
Got to ride with Kendrick.
I got to rock with the West
it.
Coast. So,
I
you know
understand
what I'm saying?
that.
I think once the dust settles down, then we can, bring Drake back.
But not right now. Andy said, not right now. We can't even mention his name, he says. All right. We have to sadly say, send our condolences to Kobe Bryant's dad and basketball great Joe Jellybean. We actually recently just talked about his parents when his parents were trying to sell off Kobe's his championship ring. And it makes you wonder. We don't know, and I'm sad to speculate, but we just don't know. Maybe if he was trying to prepare for something, well, maybe not. From what I understand, he suffered a massive stroke. That's usually not something that you know about in advance, but it's just sad. It's really, really sad. And I know Vanessa Bryant has put out a statement. She's sending her condolences, of course, but she says that she wishes that it would have been different, and she was only around him a handful of times, just a few times. So sad.
Hug the people that you love. You know what I'm saying? If you guys got beef or anything like that, I think it's good to hash it out. It's kind of interesting to hear that from Vanessa, talking about they should have spent more time considering the quote-unquote beef that they had amongst each other and them selling the ring. Like you said, you know, who knows? Maybe they were trying to, you know, pay for health stuff. And, you know,
that's possible.
Hopefully it wasn't like stress because of maybe Kobe's death or whatnot. You know, Diddy's mom has some heart issues or whatnot. Who knows? She's probably stressed out hearing about her son or whatnot.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Got to take care of each other.
Definitely. Sad news. Yeah. But Irv Gotti is a music executive. He was at the height of his game, probably in the 90s, no, early 2000s. In the 2000s, him, Ja Rule, they had Murder Inc., a whole label. He was incredible. Irv Gotti is great when it comes to music, but now, there's a woman who is suing him and accusing him of sexual assault and abuse, and this is not looking good for him. This was just in 2020. She says that she actually had a relationship with him, but she accuses him nonetheless of sexual assault and abuse. So we'll see what happens there. But, you know, we've been saying this for a minute. Chickens coming home to roost. We've been talking about it. It looks like another one here with Irv Gotti. So we'll keep you posted on that. Did you see, Andy, I want to know from you, did you happen to see Jaylen Brown sitting courtside with his girlfriend who seemingly mouthed the words, he said, "I don't think Bronny is pro." Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. It's not seemingly. That's
what he said.
That's
okay.
What he said.
And so I know he came back after that and kind of gave Bronny props. What do you think? Number one, I know all the time, I would think that Jaylen Brown, by the way, I like him a lot. So no shade towards him. But you would think as long as he's been around and he's been an athlete, he would have covered his mouth knowing that cameras are there around. You know, people, you kind of whisper in. He's just said it blatantly.
I can't have an opinion about anything.
Okay, I mean, fair enough, but understanding that you're going to catch a lot of heat if people pick it up, in which they did.
The cool thing about it is, I bet you he was not the only person in that building who said the same exact thing that he said.
100%, but their names are not Jaylen Brown with Jaylen Brown's money. I
get it.
Yeah.
There's water in the bridge.
It is. Well, we'll see. I know he's issued sort of his own statement regarding Bronny, but we will see. Let's go ahead and jump into the Rob Report, Andy.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
Okay, well, we will try to talk a little bit about Amanda Seales today. I know that there was a video that was posted and it's now removed. I can't find that same video, but she has been. When I tell you they are trying to come for your girl, and they're coming for her because Amanda Seales was one of the first high-profile people that came online stating that this entire assassination attempt was staged. And she later came back, acknowledged that it was real, but she's still, to her defense, she's trying to prove the point and stand on what she said. She's still trying, and people are not having it online. We'll talk a little bit about that, but we're also going to get into Loni Love, who criticized Tyler Perry for not hiring black writers and directors. Here's the thing. We recently talked about Tyler Perry, and we brought that up. You know, the fact that he still pretty much directs and writes his own films and television shows, but she's criticizing him after he received 0%, which is extremely rare on Rotten Tomatoes. It can get a low score, but a 0%, what is not connecting here? What's not connecting? Because it seems as though if you check the temperature of, you know, social media and what people are saying online, you look into the comments, it seems as though people really enjoyed the movie. I know that I did. I truly, truly did. I don't have a reason. I wouldn't say that otherwise. But it's not connecting for some reason. So she's criticizing him. We'll talk about that. Also, LL Cool J, whom I love, by the way, he's actually getting ready to drop his own album. He's coming back out. We talked about that before. But he's kind of coming after Andre 3000 a little bit. We've also talked about this too, Andy. When you become of a certain age and you're in the rap game, what do you want people to rap about? Okay, he's saying you should rap until you die. If it's in you, you should rap until you die. That's what LL is saying. We'll see if you guys agree with that. We'll see, if you even understand Andre 3000's point, because he gave us a little insight as to why he came out with his flute only album and why it wasn't a hip hop rap album. We will talk about all of that all on the other side. You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Eric Bellinger hanging out right here with my family at the Raw Report. Keep it live.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. Just a few short months ago, California Attorney General Rob Bonta filed 11 felony charges against Diana Turan, an assistant district attorney for Los Angeles County. The charges allege that Turan unlawfully accessed confidential computer data, including police officer files in 2018, and continued to use them after joining the DA's office in 2021. Ironically, Turan, who is now on administrative leave, oversaw the Public Integrity Division, responsible for handling high-profile cases of police misconduct and public corruption, including the charges brought against LA City Council member Kern Price last June. To be sure, the case against Price has raised plenty of eyebrows. Indeed, one noted legal scholar has said publicly, and I quote, "Everything about this prosecution reeks," close quote. Could AG Bonta, with aspirations to become California governor, be punishing Turan for her role in DA George Gascon's police accountability agenda to curry favor with police unions? Could DA Gascon be using the case against Price to showcase his tough stance on crime and political corruption as he vies to retain his seat as DA? Honestly, I have no idea, but here's what I know for sure. Kern Price has been elected and re-elected by thousands of voters, mostly black and brown, who stand to be further disenfranchised if this matter is not handled correctly, which is why it matters to us at KBLA Talk 1580. When the prosecutor is being prosecuted, it seems to me that at the very least, there ought to be a thorough, top-to-bottom, independent review of all cases under Diana Turan's purview to ensure that none of these cases have been tainted. Justice and fundamental fairness demand no less, if public trust truly matters. And I hope it does. For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Tavis Smiley. We welcome your feedback.
Don't settle for bumps, ingrowns, and itch due to dry skin. Try Venus for pubic hair and skin, the razor and regimen specifically designed for your pubic area, featuring a razor with patented irritation defense bar and skincare regimen that is dermatologist and gynecologist tested. Venus helps protect your pubic skin from shave irritation. Discover the full regimen of products at GilletteVenus.com.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Okay. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
And I am so excited to be in conversation with one of my favorites who's calling in on the line today, Katrina Robinson. Hello to you, Katrina.
Hey.
Wonderful
Hey,
to
Robin,
hear from
how are
you.
you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good, girl. I'm good.
What's going on over there? I know you got a lot going on, as you always do. Is everything okay? Everything is good?
Everything is great, actually. It's just been a busy week with projects, but yeah, it's great in Memphis. I'm in Memphis this week.
Okay. All right. Very, very nice. Well, you are right about the fact that it has been busy. so much is going on, as you clearly know. I was saying yesterday on yesterday's show, obviously it was Monday, and we had come off of the weekend where, as you know, so much had been going on with politics. And although this is not a politics show, we don't really get into that much here. We are talking about Amanda Seales. We were supposed to talk about that yesterday, didn't quite get to it, but I want to open up this conversation with you before we get into our other topics. Amanda was one of the very first people to go online after the news had broke about the assassination attempt against Donald J. Trump. She was like, I'm not having it. I don't believe it. As a matter of fact, we will let you hear exactly what she said. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what Amanda Seales said online.
That was more staged than a Tyler Perry production of Medea Runs for President. I lived in Harlem long enough to know that gunshots do not sound like making popcorn on the stove. Pop, pop, pop. Where'd the blood come from? So in theater, in movies, they have what's called blood pellets. They even, people use them in Halloween. It's basically like a pellet of fake blood that's in your mouth, and when you crush it, the blood comes out. To be frank, Small Hands Trump would not respond by raising his fist in the air triumphantly were an actual attempt made on his life. This was, I believe, done to try to show his strength counter to Biden's fragility. Oh my God. Molly, you in danger, girl.
Okay. Katrina, now, she's not the only one. She's not the only one. She's not the only high-profile person who's got millions of followers who has said things like this, where they are presenting other videos where it shows delays. You see that there's actually videos that D.L. Hughley is posting and other people as well, but where you see that there are a number of people who spot this guy on the roof. And this is outside, obviously, of the perimeter of where Donald J. Trump was and where the rally was happening. But they're pointing to him, and you can see that people are trying to get the attention of the law enforcement, and they're not necessarily doing anything. They're not quick to make this happen. So Amanda is standing on what she said, although she came back later and said, okay, this is real. She initially didn't even think that it was real because of the sound of the gunshots. But just the fact that she still sticks to the fact that this was staged. Give me your thoughts. She doesn't believe he was shot. She doesn't, nothing. And they are cooking her online. Your thoughts, Katrina?
I mean, you can't blame her for thinking that it's staged initially. I mean, you got to think about who we're talking about, Donald J. Trump. I mean, he's that's him. So, and I can't, lie and say I didn't think it was staged at first, because when you're looking at like the full-on, the face front view, all you see are the people in the background who are extremely delayed. There's a lady standing there still filming him after he's allegedly shot. There's another man that's still holding up a sign, and then there's one lady that's like standing up, and then she sits back down and she stands back up like she's waiting for something to happen. So it really does look like it is staged. On top of the fact that the Secret Service comes out and says, well, no, that wasn't a bullet. He was hit by the glass from the teleprompter. Then he says he's shot. On top of the fact that the man goes to the hospital, is seen by doctors, and his statement is, usually you have to die to get a picture as iconic as this. Come on now. You cannot blame her. Now, I don't know, the details of what happened, but I can understand why someone would still think, this was staged. And even go so far as to be a conspiracy theorist and say they staged it and somebody didn't get the memo and that's how the sniper got shot. I mean, I heard everything.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't blame Amanda for having that initial reaction.
I hear you, and I cannot lie myself. There was a video that was posted. D.L. Hughley, he reposted something from someone else where there's a video that is sort of adjacent to the stage, and there's someone videotaping it. They're recording. And right before the shots rang out, I'm talking 30, 45 seconds before the shots rang out, there was a Secret Service team member who started he started talking to the photographers who were there, and he was moving them out of the way. He was like, get out of the way, and just moving them. So this is literally right before everything happened, seconds before everything happened. And it makes you wonder, why is the Secret Service moving, or security or someone moving these photographers who have credentials, who obviously are able to be there? Why they're moving them out the way? I don't know. Things like that start making you wonder. Online right here, Pretty Brown Mimi says, I'll admit, similar to you, Katrina, she says, I'll admit when it first broke, I thought it was staged or at least fishy, but later changed my feelings. Truemonger says she's not the only one who thinks that it's staged. Yeah, he did get up. He pumped up his fists. I mean, there was that the video that's also viral. There was the event that happened, if you remember, in 2016 when he was rushed off the stage just because someone had a gun. They didn't shoot it. They didn't anything. But the way that they reacted, the Secret Service, the way that they reacted to him then was completely different than how they reacted to this specific incident. And yeah, it's different. Andy?
I'm about to read from the King James Version of the Bible.
Okay.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Those are my thoughts about what occurred. So I stand with Amanda Seals, 100%.
Okay.
Come on, Pastor.
Pastor preaching over here.
Preach, Pastor.
He went to the good book. And I'm not mad at that. I'm definitely not mad at that. Lavelle says the jury is still out for me. How did he escape the views and knowledge of Secret Service? Something isn't right. Truemonger says Amanda Seals is getting bashed because of Amanda Seals, not necessarily the Trump comments. That's another thing. What do you think that could be accurate, right? A little bit. We can lean towards that because we even talked about recently how people want to find reasons to dislike Amanda, and it doesn't make it easier, I guess, with this sort of rhetoric. What do you think?
Yeah, I think part of it is the messenger. I mean, it is Amanda Seals, so she's gonna get that. If it were somebody else, it probably wouldn't be as harsh. But I mean, that's how the industry and others do Amanda. But even though most of the time the girl is not too off point, but she gets backlash for some unknown reason when she's saying it the same thing that everybody else is thinking.
Well, yes. I mean, she clearly still has a lot of following, a lot of people who agree with her. And I just think that there are people who, they're isms. Some people don't like your isms for whatever reason. And I think that has to do with Amanda for that. Those are just my thoughts on that. Charles Green says, quite frankly, the Secret Service is slipping because they are tired. All right. Well, I guess we get that. We still have yet to see. The newest news is that the FBI and the law enforcement is having a hard time getting into the phone of the actual shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks. They can't get into his phone, which is a little strange to me because they can get into everything, right? So these are all things that are leading up to. Andy is so funny. Andy is back here. He's moved by it. But these are all things that sort of help underscore her point about the fact that it feels like it's staged. But we can't continue to guess for too long. We won't speculate for too much longer. Something has to give. Something is going to come of this. We'll find out more information along the way. Where do you stand for now on this, though, Katrina?
As far as what?
Are you leaning more towards, this might be a more legitimate thing than not? Or are you like, okay, well, she may have a point and I'm going to lean towards that a little bit?
I think it was real, and I think Trump is going to milk it. That's it.
Okay.
The same way that he says that black people identify with him more because he is convicted, now he's going to say he's been shot, so they identify with him more. I just think he's going to do what he does with his happenings.
Yeah, I agree with that. That Forbes article didn't help. It didn't help. Andy, did you want to jump in?
You know, a lot of people, they push back on the notion that, you know, it's being staged because, there are people who actually died. I don't want to come off like I don't have sympathy. I do have sympathy, but I think when we're talking about warfare, there's casualties in warfare a lot of the times. And unfortunately, somebody did lose their life, but stuff like that has to happen in order for stuff to move and shake, if you catch my drift.
I do catch your drift, Andy. We'll see. She has not walked back her statement. We'll see if Amanda Seales will continue to press this narrative or find other things that support what she's saying. We'll see. We'll keep you posted, obviously, here on the Rob Report. Last thing I'll mention is I just mentioned that Forbes article where there was a contributor to Forbes who mentioned the fact that this could be another way that Donald Trump aligns himself with black people as far as now being shot, allegedly. But that article was pulled because it caused a lot of, as you can imagine, it caused a lot of friction online. We're going to get to these other conversations about Loni Love, Tyler Perry. We're going to talk about LL Cool J and what he's got to say about Andre 3000 and his album. We have information about his album that's getting ready to drop on September 6th. I'm excited about that. We will get to all of it on the other side. But right now, we've got news, traffic, and sports. You are listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Lil Rel Howery. Right now, you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. That's right. The Rob Report.
More of The Rob Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. BIN News anchor Doug Davis is in Las Vegas at the NAACP National Convention.
Thanks, Amber. Doug Davis again here in Las Vegas at the 115th Annual NAACP Convention. President Biden just wrapping up his spirited speech. Members of the audience responded robustly. He is the talk of the convention right now. And if I can judge the audience, we are all in. This is Doug Davis with the BIN. Amber?
Tennessee Mayor Paul Young, who is black, is among 39 mayors selected for the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative. The year-long program provides mayors and city leaders with a management training program to assist with problem solving, strengthen city halls, and help each city face global challenges. Harvard facility staff and students will work with experts from the Bloomberg Philanthropies Global Network to assist mayors through intensive classroom, visual, and field-based training. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Good evening. Starting in Arcadia on the 210 eastbound at Santa Anita Avenue, there is a crash in the right lane. Traffic stop and go from Sierra Madre via Avenue, and those delays are lasting just under 10 minutes. In the Sepulveda Pass on the 405 northbound after Mulholland Drive, there's a stall in the middle lane. Traffic is backed out to Venice Boulevard. Those delays are adding an extra 25 minutes while you're driving. And in Santa Fe Springs on the 605 southbound before Slauson Avenue, another crash is in the right lane, and traffic is backed up to Rose Hills Road. Those delays are lasting for just over 5 minutes.
Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The sports world is mourning the loss of Joe Jellybean Bryant, father of Lakers legend Kobe Bryant. Kobe's father passed away Tuesday morning. He was 69. A cause of death was not released. Joe Bryant had been in poor health recently after suffering a stroke. Bryant played 3 of his 8 NBA seasons with the Clippers when they played in San Diego. Bryant, a Philadelphia native, also played with the Sixers and Houston Rockets. Kobe was born in Italy in 1978 when Joe was playing in the country after leaving the NBA. 2 players from HBCU schools were selected in the Major League Baseball draft. Randy Flores, a second baseman at Alabama State, was chosen in the 8th round by the Angels. Flores batted .338 this season with 20 homers and 98 RBIs. Canyon Brown, a catcher at North Carolina A&T, was chosen by the Kansas City Royals in the 9th round. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Are you a small business struggling with the rising cost of healthcare for your employees? Are you considering offering healthcare benefits to your employees? It's a complex issue and can be difficult to understand and navigate. Chase Bank is here to help. Join us Wednesday, July 17th at the Chase Crenshaw Community Center to learn from experts from Covered California and answer questions about health benefits options for your business. Experts will discuss tax credits, the California health insurance market, and new options for small businesses. For more information and to register, stop by the Crenshaw Community Center or call 323-299-2641. Again, 323-299-2641. Chase Bank is here to help. Tune into More Than That live this weekend or wherever you listen to podcasts. This episode of More Than That is brought to you by Buick, combining beauty and technology to deliver luxurious experiences. Buick, exceptional by design.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on. Who's got next? And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Y'all need a new team like a girl with a BBL need new jeans. It's in my DNA to let them play in the enclave, percolate while songs play. Andre the Giant, 3,000 ways, make a Mobay. I'm seasoned with it. Floor seats, who need ticket? Time's up, get your signs and tickets. Wanna see me in the desert, but your man's liquid. Sun shining, old diamonds, new blue face, staring at my pocket lining, cause I put the time in. Freaking nature with the bars, broken lingers, got me foreign cars, Rolls Royce for some R&R. Diss tracks can't distract the Mac. Too hot to troll, I'm so cold. Whether Fahrenheit or Celsius, it's low, below zero. Farmers Boulevard, superhero. Word to Swiss Beats.
You were inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Who is that? That song is fire.
New LL Cool J, Passion.
Oh, okay, Passion. That is it. Okay. That's the new single from LL Cool J. See, I should have known. Because I did see this. It's actually in my notes. The song is fire. Can't lie. If you're just joining us, welcome on into the show, to the second half of the show. Before we get into this Loni Love discussion, I'm actually going to make a retraction here. There's something that I said that LL Cool J said, but it wasn't said by LL Cool J. It was said by Andre 3000, which is, if you have it in you, you should rap until you die. We'll get into that in just a moment. But right now, you guys, the votes are in. Only, well, it seems to kind of be split. 55% of you do not agree with Amanda Seales that the assassination attempt was staged, but 45% of you do. Interesting. Again, as we find out more information, we will go ahead and talk about it right here on the Rob Report. But let's jump into Loni Love real quick. As we know, Loni Love, the comedian, she was a host on the show The Real, and she's here on KBLA Talk 1580 on the weekends. You can definitely listen to her and her show. She recently had this to say about Tyler Perry. She says, I love that Tyler is paying black actors now, and I wish he would hire black writers and directors that have experience to help him with his movies. He could improve the movies and make them award-worthy if he would stop trying to save money by doing the writing and directing himself. Now, this came after the news hit that Tyler Perry's newest film, Divorce in the Black, it came in at a very rare, exceedingly low score of 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. And if you're familiar with Rotten Tomatoes at all, this is, critics of the movie can vote, and they're on a scale from 1 to 10. You'll either get a tomato if it's above 60%, or you'll get a green splat tomato if it isn't. And this is low. This is 0. Does Loni Love have a point here? I know recently, Katrina, we talked about Tyler Perry on this show, and made the point that he said on his newest shows, he's working with a lot of different. He has a lot of shows working with different networks, BET Plus. And he said that he was going to start hiring writers and black writers and directors for those shows. But he wrote and directed this newest film, Divorce in the Black, but he's still catching flack and he's not connecting. Do you think Loni Love has a point here?
She absolutely has a point.
Okay.
I watched the movie a few nights ago, and ironically, I didn't know we were talking about this, but my immediate post was, Tyler Perry had made this same damn movie 7 times. He's run out. I said, can you please just change the prompt and chat GPT? Like, get a new movie. Like, regenerate. Do something. But, no, she does have a point, but I just don't think it's about him saving money. I think it's just control. He wants complete creative control, of course. He has done what he needs to do to create his own studio, create his own platform, and he wants to maintain that control. But Tyler, your ship has sailed, baby. This is it.
Wow.
Anytime you get 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, that should give you a glaring red flag that it's time to bring in some new talent. And it's okay to pivot on your platform and make that a platform for writers to be able to excel. Like you created a space for actors, do it for writers.
Very true. I'm not sure about this. I don't know if it has anything to do with saving money or not. But, it doesn't seem like Tyler Perry has a money issue, with so many people now saying that he has paid them the most that they've ever made in a short period of time for filming. I don't know that it's about the money, and possibly could be about the control. But what if we looked at it like this? Tyler Perry began this with his plays, his Medea plays and everything, which he was very hands-on with, as we know. What if he just feels like he's talented enough, he has the bandwidth enough to continue on to do what he's doing? And it is connecting with audiences. We talk about a lot on this show how, artists, we would like and prefer for artists to do what they do for the love of it, continue to rap for the love of it, sing for the love of it, and not necessarily for the Grammys, or for actors, not do it for the Oscars. But here we are saying, Tyler Perry, we want you to hire black actors and writers so that you can connect better and have a higher score on Rotten Tomatoes?
No, not so you can have a higher score on Rotten Tomatoes, so that you can maintain your longevity and salvage your legacy. That's why we want you to hire black writers and directors, because frankly, I think Tyler has in his mind that the people, if you build it, the people will come. He has a very strong and loyal following, so people will praise. There's some people that will praise any work that he does, no matter whether it sucks or not. But at one point, there's going to run out, and there has to be some type of depth and some type of creativity injected into his production, because people are going to get tired at some point. I mean, your following is going to turn over. They're going to age. Things are not going to be as appealing to them. And then you want to, attract new followers and people who are not familiar with your work. So sometimes you have to be able to just open the door and give away that control, but you still maintain control as the executive producer, but give away that control to let people have a platform, but also to keep your followers engaged.
Let me ask you this. You did watch the film. I know what you tweeted. I get it. And this was a conversation online. A lot of people have said this is the same storyline over and over again, just different characters. Did you enjoy the movie?
I don't know if I enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
I think I watched it just because I was reminded that it was on. Somebody had posted about it, so I was like, let me catch it before I forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned it on, and I watched it to the end, just waiting for something different to happen. But I was literally saying the next line before the character even said it. And so by the time I realized I didn't want to watch the movie, it was over with and with no fanfare at all. So I can't say that I honestly enjoyed the movie. I mean, the funeral scene was jarring, to say the least, but the movie itself, I can't say that I enjoyed the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how he can further connect. I get it. Maybe the writing should be. But at the end of the day, if Tyler Perry is still overseeing this and he's EPing his projects, he's still, even if there were Black writers who he didn't agree with the way that the stories were being written, he still can oversee that. And it still may come out looking like a Tyler Perry film or, Tyler Perry written and directed film. I'm just not sure. I hear your point, though, on the longevity of his career. Obviously, he's already had length and longevity in his career, but you're talking about for legacy's sake and for, he's got a kid and he's got studios and land and all of those things. And so maybe, possibly he'll hook up with 50 Cent. 50 Cent recently came out with his own studios, and someone recently talked to Tyler Perry and he congratulated 50 Cent. He said it was amazing. And someone asked him, a reporter asked, what's the likelihood that they'll connect and do something? And I believe he might be interested in something like that. So would you be down for, a Tyler Perry 50 Cent collab?
I think that would be pretty interesting, actually. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd be down for it.
Okay.
And I was going to say this: Mea Culpa was a nice, different type of film for Tyler. Like I enjoyed watching that because it was different for him. Like that's the only reason I enjoyed Mea Culpa was because it was different from any other Tyler Perry movie. So I think he was on the right track with that. But this one was kind of like, oh, I just had this in my vault. Let me throw it out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Right now, it looks like everybody agrees. Just go on ahead, Tyler. It's time. Just go ahead and pay some Black writers and directors and create some different types of movies. And maybe, just
Create
maybe,
a film
it could.
institute. Like,
sure.
Yeah, train up writers. Like, do something different.
Absolutely. I'm with that all the way. Let's go ahead and get into this LL Cool J conversation. Okay, so again, I take that back. It wasn't Tyler Perry. It wasn't LL Cool J who said that you should rap until you die. It was Andre 3000. And this is because he was on a recent episode of The Shop with LeBron James and some other guys and with Sexy Red. That was that episode. And he addressed the criticism that he got for, playing or putting out a flute-only album, which people could not believe. It was just like, what? We did know that it was leading up to that, though, because, we would see him on the streets playing and, fans were taking pictures of him and things like that. His album was called New Blue Sun. LL Cool J, along with many other people, did not like that. He didn't like it. He criticized it. And Andre is the one who says, if it's in you, you should rap until you die. You should perform until you die. But what I'm saying is, what it takes for me to do it, I'm always looking for the next. I'm not trying to uphold a thing I've done before. LL Cool J, though, on the other hand, is putting out this rap album. It's coming out September 6th. You already heard the single that he put out. It's fire. He's got 14 tracks on it featuring Nas, Eminem, Rick Ross, Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, Saweetie, Snoop Dogg, Don Pablito. He's got a lot of people on this album. By the way, it is called is it called Frequency? Maybe it's called Frequency. This album is set to come out, and do you feel like what Andre 3000 said applies? Should LL Cool J, do people want to see LL Cool J continue to rap until he is no longer here?
I think some people want to see LL Cool J rap until he dies. I mean, LL does have diehard fans, and I love me some LL, but I can't particularly say that I'm going to be waiting for his album to come out. And I actually side with Andre. Like, I think you should have creative license to use every talent that God gave you, and if people want to buy it, they buy it. I myself actually like New Blue Sun. For some reason, I guess it's the hertz at which it's played. They say it's played at 432. And I actually play it in my office. I play it when I want to clean up. It makes me feel lifted and, like, makes me feel productive for some reason. It's like almost like a Pied Piper song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I actually do listen to it.
Okay.
And I probably would listen to LL's album, but I don't know if that's like something I'm just looking forward to in 2024.
I hear you. The album is called The Force. It stands for Frequencies of Real Creative Energy, and it is produced in its entirety by Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest. Listen, I'm feeling the nostalgic vibes here. I want to hear a really good LL Cool J album with hints of what he's done in the past, but hoping for something fresh, hoping for something new. And I'm not sure what we're going to get, by the way, but I hope that he could even bring his content forward and not necessarily live in a weird space. I don't know what he's going to talk about. We talked about how Jay-Z put out his 444 album, and he's talking about business and family and his kids and all that. What can you talk about as a 50, almost 60-year-old rapper? We don't know. I guess we're going to see. And so I'm looking forward to this album. But you know what? I have not checked out New Blue Sun, and now you have convinced me to do so, Katrina. So I appreciate you on that one.
I'm telling you, girl, it'll change your life.
Okay, well, because I like me a good little vibe. I like a little flute situation and jazz and whatnot. I like it. Katrina, thank you so much for calling in on today's show. Where can everybody find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Senator Katrina Robinson, on Facebook, same thing. And then my website is thekatrinarobinson.com.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to the next time.
Thank you, Robin.
Well, when we come forward, I don't know, maybe we run back that LL Cool J song to see if we like it. Who's got next? On the other side, you're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
Hey, I'm Damian Young. I'm chilling with Robin on the Raw Report.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you're an adult in need of an accredited high school diploma, the Los Angeles Public Library can help. You could earn one for free in as few as 5 months, online with 24/7 access. You also get a personal academic coach, plus special training focused on 9 in-demand industries, as well as a resume and cover letter to advance your career. Visit the website at lapl.org/diploma. That's lapl.org/diploma.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys.
Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet?
Grab the keys.
How about we, drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and Sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is...
grab the keys.
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Rob Report. With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. This is off of his album, The Force, this first album that he's putting out in 11 years. This first song is his single off of it called Passion. Let's run that back, Andy.
Y'all need a new team like a girl with a BBL need new jeans. It's in my DNA to let them play in the enclave, percolate while songs play. Andre the Giant, 3,000 ways, make a Mobay, I'm seasoned with it. Floor seats, who need ticket? Time's up, get your signs and pickets. Wanna see me in the desert, but your man's liquid. Sun shining, old diamonds, new blue face, staring at my pocket lining, cause I put the time in. Freaking nature with the bars, broken lingers, got me foreign cars, Rolls Royce for some R&R. Diss tracks can't distract the Mac. Too hot to troll, I'm so cold. Whether Fahrenheit or Celsius, using it no. Below zero, Farmers Boulevard, superhero. Word to Swiss Beats, we rep like X-Men, Temptation, Darkman, I'm Malcolm. Different moods, gifted dudes. You pick up on the jewels if you're shrewd. On the first stream, had them glued. Dominate the new era, and my Yankee fitted. Being prodigious with the lyrics brings digits. Told you I was postmodern, contemporary Queens. Vibes is Harlem, on the job all day. Check the resume, going in for references. Check Smithsonian. Wild style, smooth linoleum, honey going crazy in my key, open legs like custodians. Passion. We can make money or make excuses. Better be easy, I'm ruthless. Hella paper tigers, all toothless. Tony Montana blueprint is useless. Some people ignore facts. I love Scarface, but that with the chainsaw fell on the mat. We just act like we don't see that. Asking where the weed at. Eliminate the mids when the speakers giving feedback. That's based on my rep. You in trouble if you step, believe that. Flash go rollies on that don't know me. They know what time it is. Better watch your 6. Grandpops was a mason. My homie moved the bricks. I'm solid as a tutor. I teach him to hit licks. I'm a dog with this. It's food in my pen. You would think I breed pits. Triple entendre. I'm stealing on this. My jewelry like yellow like Wiz. If this ain't inspiration, what is? On some Creflo Dollar Slick. Pop my collar. What we came for, we gotta get. No boatload of coke, but a lot of hits. All these blue in the face when I come into place. Money tracking, you can run a relay race in my safe. Made me smile, freaking face when he showed me an eighth. Went legit, and still driving slow in the rate. We was bringing cash in before the new Q, the motor inside was flashing. Baby girl is laughing cause my slang is old fashioned. That's always been your problem, Dennis. No passion.
Listen, y'all. Hold on, that intro? What?
Y'all need a new team like a girl with a BBL need new jeans. It's in my DNA to let them play in the enclave, percolate while songs play. Andre the Giant, 3,000 ways, make a Mobay, I'm seasoned with it.
Yeah. Shout out to Andre 3000. Whoa. Whoa. No, I can tell you right now, that song that's a hit. That's a hit. And Q-Tip on the track. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's so much I could say about that song right there. It's yeah, that's fine. I cannot wait to hear the rest of this album, The Force. When did this drop? Do we know this is a new one?
You know, I saw the video maybe like last week.
Okay.
So it's pretty new.
I don't know what it's doing though. Like, is it making any noise?
Honestly, probably not, because I haven't heard it on regular radio. But at the same time, I haven't really listened to regular radio. But you know.
Yeah, well, that's disappointing. This album is being put out via Def Jam. So I mean, we need some LL, y'all. We need some LL. Clearly, you guys are feeling it as well. Forrest Harrison said, "Hey, that's my kind of music." I know, mine too. Okay, Marcus Atkins says, "I'm on the fence with it. Need to hear it a few more times." Listen, it's if you know, you know. First time you hear a hit, it's a hit.
I like the fact that I feel like balance is kind of coming back into the game. You know what I'm saying? Eminem just dropped the album a couple weeks ago or last week or whatnot, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now you got LL coming. Of course, you know what I'm saying? We're on the heels of Drake and Kendrick going at it. I could just understand what I'm hearing now.
Okay.
So
we like that. It's no more mumble rap.
You feel me?
Okay, I'm liking that. Eminem did put out something saying that he has this battle in his head on, you know, who he should be, because he doesn't know if, you know, people are like, I miss the old Eminem. And then when he tries to do something like the old Eminem, they're saying, you need to grow up and do something a little bit more grown. And then he tries to do that. So he's battling with himself, you know, on what type of content to put out. But listen, I'm feeling the LL track just like you guys. Houston, Texas says LL is a beast. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. That was our Who's Got Next. LL, he's got next because he's back, y'all. Guess who else is back? Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. About to drop a fire show for y'all. Y'all just can't go anywhere. He always brings it when it comes to these relationship shows. You need to tune in. Make sure you do not change the station because he's about to bring it. You guys, I had a great time tonight. Thank you to Katrina Robinson. My name is Robin Ayers, and remember today and every day forward to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Former President Trump's appeal to disqualify the DA in his Georgia election interference case won't happen until after November's election. The Georgia Court of Appeals has set December 5th as the date for when oral arguments will be heard. Trump's lawyers have argued Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis, who is black, should be disqualified from the case because she hired a